Welcome, my friend Ismail. How are you?
I'm good, and you? How are you, my friend?
All good, all good. Very happy to be in Morocco. Didn't expect that we will do an episode in Morocco, but here we are. That says a lot about where I travel everywhere and the life of a founder.
Welcome to Morocco. I think we
Thank you.
just had 3 amazing days at Jitex Africa,
Yep.
where
Yeah,
we felt the energy.
yeah, 100%, 100%. Well, I'm very excited. We usually, because this is a founder to founder conversation, I will tell you a little bit more about Emerge. So basically, this is a podcast to highlight stories of emerging market founders, especially the stories that are not commonly highlighted. So we get excited about knowing everything that went through your journey. And this season, particularly, our main theme is graduated. So we're looking for founders' journeys who felt like they went from one stage to another, graduated from one place to another, and also when did they felt graduated or ready to start their journey in the first place. Okay, and I would like to not introduce you because the best introduction of a founder is a founder telling them about themselves. So I will let the floor for you to tell us about your journey and your company, basically.
Yeah, great. So thank you, Nader, for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here with you today, and I love this format of podcasts in which you speak with counter likes, and you have an open discussion with the other founders
Yeah.
that have also been through a lot of challenges. So I think together we will understand each other.
Yep.
Because founders between them understand each other. So I'm Ismail, born and raised in Morocco. I left after high school, first to Europe for my undergrads, and then to the US for my grad studies. Then I came back to Paris to start working as a consultant for the Boston Consulting Group. Then moved back to Morocco, to the Moroccan office in Casablanca of BCG, and then ended up around 12 13 years ago. Time flies. An entrepreneur started a few ventures. One of them is a ride hailing app that over the time became in Morocco Bolt.
Nice.
So back at that time it was a local name called Votre Chauffeur, which means your driver. Then Avis came within the cap table and started running the company. Then I met with an amazing founder based out of Dubai called Mikhail Lahyani, with whom I built in Morocco the Moroccan version of Property Finder called Sarouti, that quickly became the leading property portal in Morocco. And about 6 years ago, in 2020, I founded Chari, which is a fintech company that has two main business models. One of them is we are banking as a service. We offer the infrastructure, the license, the pipes to startups, fintechs, corporates, even banks that need to do low-income banking or embedded fintech. So we bundle all of that through APIs, documentation, and the sandbox, and we let anyone build, embedded fintech in Morocco. So that's our first business model. Yes. And the second business model is we do use our own APIs to build a suite of services for merchants. Yes. So if you are a merchant in Morocco, whether a grocery store or a restaurant, a hotel, drugstore, whatever activity, goods you sell or services you propose, we offer you many modules that some of them are optional. But for instance, we have a retail operating system that help you manage your store, stock, your sales. We also offer hard POS if you sell physically, or a payment gateway if you sell online. Yes. Or payment links if you sell through social networks.
Yeah.
We do settle you immediately because we are an acquirer, but at the same time we are also an issuer. So we settle you immediately on a bank account that we open on your behalf on our books. And then we provide you with a debit card if you want to spend your money.
Nice.
We provide you with the back office so you can use and see, all the details about the money. So we've become 3 years ago a financial institution in Morocco. We got a license from the central bank of Morocco.
Congrats.
Thank you. That is allowing us again to do acquiring, issuing, many added value services such as domestic money transfer, remittances, e-gov services, bill payment, you name it, insurance distribution, travel distribution. The license allows us to do all of that, and we are using it with our merchants.
Amazing. Fantastic journey. So when did you feel you're ready to start the first company? It looks like you're doing this for a while, which is very exciting. But what happened? I remember you said BCG at the beginning, and then after BCG you decided to start a company.
So it's a good question. I think I've gone to a French school, and the French people are very elitist in the sense that when you are 15, they ask you to choose a path, whether you want to become a scientist or economist or a technical guy. So the pressure starts when you are 15.
Okay.
And I remember this family pressure telling me you need a baccalaureate that is over science because it will open all the doors for you. So I followed what everybody asked me to do. Then when I got it, they said you have to go to what we call prep school, which is very high intense preparation years to get to the top schools. So you work very hard. And then after these 2 years, they tell you have to get into these very famous schools. And you get into these famous schools after a lot of work.
Yeah.
And then within the schools, they tell you, you have to still be good because only the best will end up working for McKinsey, BCG, and Bain. So you keep working hard. And then you get into BCG. Yeah. After 10 rounds.
You made it.
You make it. And then you realize that at the end of the day, you start as a consultant, and the job when you start is to do slides, and to do analytic work.
No offense to consult.
Nowadays with Claude, I think people are probably doing something else. But you don't start as a partner, and you don't start having dinners with clients. So I woke up after 2 years of hard work at BCG, and they told me, if you want to become a partner, it will take another 10 years in which only the best goes up.
Keeps moving. The target keeps moving.
And you are 25, 26, 27 years old, and you just realize that you've spent your whole life listening to social pressure. And you wake up one day, you do what I call the introspection, is analyzing who you really are, what you love, what you want to become. And I realized that I wasn't happy because my way of looking at the world was not being analytics about everything, but more being pragmatical and going on the field and trying stuff.
Nice.
So I went to see my team and I checked if I could become an entrepreneur while still leveraging BCG.
Yeah.
So that's how I started this ride-hailing app that was mainly B2B. So it's like a kind of Limo company, and we offer transportation services to companies that need, cars with drivers.
Nice. So this is the first time you felt the urge to do that.
Yes.
And why you kept doing it? It seems.
I mean, it's a drug.
It's a drug.
It's a drug. I mean, you are a founder. Some people look at us. We are, suffering from all the challenges that happen to us on a daily basis.
Yes, you're still doing it. Yeah.
I think the drug comes from this emotional roller coaster in which the very same day you feel that you are building a unicorn, and 2 hours later there is a client that is not happy about your service, and then your moral is down, and you feel like you are losing your time when your friends are going up in the ladder of corporates. And I think it's this variance between feeling bad and feeling good that moves the adrenaline within your body and makes it being very addictive. And today, if you tell me, look, here is an exit of whatever, $100 million, go take some holidays or work in a 8 to 6 job when you do the same thing the same days, I'll say no. I'll say no because I need this
You
adrenaline.
need this push. Yeah. No, 100%, 100%. And I totally agree with you. I feel it's the same thing. You get this roller coaster on a daily basis. Bad news and good news within the same hour, sometimes within the same message. You know? And you're the only ones that can see that it has both news in it, but which is totally fine. Awesome. And where did the idea of Chari came from? Like how did it start and why it headed into the fintech space? Like
It's a very good question. So when we started in 2020, these old times, it feels like a long time
that
ago.
was COVID.
It was COVID.
Yeah.
And if you remember COVID, what happened?
Yep. Lockdown. Everything.
I mean, everything was locked down, but
Yeah.
the governments started distributing money everywhere,
Yeah. True.
you know, and interest rates were zero, if not negative.
Yeah.
So all the asset classes had a lot of money, and one of the most attractive asset class was the VC one. And the reason was very simple. It was that back at that time, the LPs were giving money to the VCs, and VCs were giving money to the startups, and the valuation multiples were based on top line.
I see.
And because everybody was growing fast, because when you have money, it's easy to grow fast, right?
Yeah.
People were feeling that they were creating value because on the value book, things go up, and everybody was feeling like creating something, but it was the definition of a bubble.
Yeah.
So fast forward 2022, when the war started between Russia and Ukraine, and then inflation came quick, and central banks started raising interest rates. The same people that was sending the money to the VC asset class just realized that they could keep the money in a bank account and get paid whatever 7% on a yearly basis with no risk.
Yeah.
So the same investors that were asking us to grow fast started telling us what are your unit economics, what is your path to profitability. And then I know many founders that discovered what was P&L and what was an EBITDA in 2022. When I remember this cohort of startups, I went through Y Combinator in summer 2021, and it was a cohort of startups that had only one KPI, which was the growth.
Yeah.
But then we all realized that building a company was to build a profitable company.
Yeah.
So I started back at that time in 2020 with a business model that was e-commerce. So we were buying goods from suppliers and reselling them to small retailers. And then we realized that the unit economics were very slim. The margin that the suppliers give you are not enough to cover for the costs of your logistics, of your back office, and so on. So we progressively shut down the e-commerce activity and replaced it with financial services, but to the same clients.
I see.
So what we did is we kept e-commerce as a Trojan horse, or as a way to acquire users and merchants, despite losing money with them. But we built trust, and this trust allowed us to start offering financial services to these merchants.
I see. And this is how it all started.
That's how it started, and
Nice.
then the pivot started in 2023, and now we are officially fully licensed fintech company that is focusing on providing financial services and doing financial inclusion to merchants.
You know, I always consider any founder goes through the regulation spaces something else. It's its own beast. I build a fintech software, that is not related to regulation at all, and I always tell myself, I'll be like, you got it easy. You didn't go through regulations. You didn't need a license somewhere. All of this stuff, which is fortunate, but raises the bar high as well. So let's see how this will go.
But when I started thinking of applying to a license, I was very naive. You know, I thought that it was easy, and it's during the journey that you realize how complicated it is. And the day I got my license, I remember very well this day where I felt like it was the end. I worked hard, got my license, so I did succeed.
Yeah.
But what I didn't realize it was the beginning of the story and the beginning of the problems.
Yeah.
Because when you have a regulator behind you, of course they are looking at everything you do for your own safety, right?
Yeah, they are a protection layer after all.
Of course, it's a protection layer for the users, for yourself. But it's heavy when it comes to compliance. You need a team that will work on everything related to money laundering, terrorism financing. You need to do KYC for everyone, KYB. There is a continuous control, a permanent control. You need to send weekly reportings and stuff like this.
Yeah.
Which makes it, at the end of the day, a job that is amazing because intellectually speaking, it's great, but that requires a lot of work for something that is about the past and not the future. Reporting is reporting the past. When you are a founder, you want to work on the future.
On the future, yeah. So you're still stuck with the past, was everything.
Yeah.
That's fair. So about founder challenges, like I feel like each founder has the things that they feel like they figured it out, and these are like the things they excel in and doing it well, even if it's very difficult. And there is the things that like it's their demons, like things that are like chasing them.
Exactly.
What do you feel is like?
And that's exactly why I advise any founder to find a co-founder that is very different from him or her.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest mistake any founder could do, which is a legitimate mistake, is to find a person that looks like him or her. Why? Because you will get along with someone that has the same passion, that wants to do the same stuff.
Yeah.
So let's take two founders that love both, fundraising.
Yeah.
That's an issue. And this is why you have to find someone that is complementary and that does the things that you don't want to do, and you do the things that he or she doesn't want to do. Why? Because usually when someone is down, you need the co-founder to bring you up, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And in my case, my co-founder happens to be also my wife. So
nice.
This is not
I
very
didn't
common.
know that.
Yeah,
That's very cool.
My co-founder is my wife.
Amazing.
She's also a previous consultant. She worked 5 years at McKinsey.
Yes.
But the main difference is that she's an engineer, very structured person who goes into the details of everything.
Nice.
She's the COO. When myself, I am more of a salesperson, who have a kind of mindset different from her. So that is allowing us to balance each other.
I see. So the diversity of these skills is kind of like giving you guys different ways to deal with the challenges and stuff.
Exactly.
And what do you feel is like something you guys are really good at? Is it hiring? Is it fundraising? Is it operations? Is it licenses? Is it like, what do you feel is like an edge for
no, I think that because we are both previous consultants, we know how to convince the right people to join forces with us. And I think that the key of a successful startup is to get surrounded by the right stakeholders.
Yeah.
I mean, whether it's your investors, of course, from day one, you need the right investors.
Yeah.
Whether it's your employees, your first employees need to be the right ones and the good ones.
Yeah.
Whether it's even your clients, a first bad client is not the same as a first good client.
Yeah.
So I think that this is something we've been good at. And today we are very fortunate to be surrounded by the right people to help us out, keep going in this journey.
That's awesome. And what do you feel is like the most exhausting part of the thing? You might be doing it really well, but
no. So honestly, fundraising is an exhausting
it's an
journey,
exhausting thing. Yeah.
Because
I feel very common, right? Like I feel like there's no founder that really likes it.
no, I think nobody likes it because
Yeah.
any founder
Yeah,
wants to keep building,
that's fair.
right?
That's fair. Yeah,
And fundraising is a distraction
it is.
from building.
It is. Yeah,
So of course it's necessary because without oxygen you die,
yeah,
and fundraising is your oxygen.
yeah,
However, it takes you out from your love, which is building a great product or a great service.
yeah, yeah. No, 100%, 100%. And do you feel Chari graduated? Do you feel like it went from one stage to another? Probably you feel it on a daily
You know,
basis. But yeah.
the funny thing is, whenever you go through a milestone, you feel that you've graduated. Example, when we started and released the product and had our first client, we felt like we did graduate.
Yeah.
And the story is over. We will go straight away. But then we went into YC and we felt that YC was a way to graduate.
Yeah.
Then we raised the good Series A and we said, wow, we've made it. And then we keep realizing that there are new challenges.
And it keeps getting harder.
And it keeps getting harder and harder. We now have raised our Series A. We got our banking license. We now are growing very fast. But still, you know, we know that the journey to success is still very, very long and full of challenges. But again, that's the adrenaline and the drug we spoke about earlier. If it was easy, we wouldn't be doing it.
No, that's fair. That's fair. You remind me of a dear friend, shout out to him, Muhammad Izzat, who's the founder of Bosta. And I remember he congratulated me for the first round. And he told me a sentence I didn't forget. Like, it was quickly on Facebook. He's something like, hey man, congrats. Just remember, it gets harder from here. You know? And I always remember it every time it gets harder. I'll be like, I was told, I am aware, you know? This is totally fine. Like, we're going to go.
I'm meeting with Azat next Monday in Casablanca.
Oh, nice.
So I'll be looking forward to getting also his advice.
This is very good. Very, very good.
He's the one who, by the way, see why founders are helping each other.
Nice.
Azat and myself. So Azat is the founder of Bosta.
Yeah.
Both of us have the same investor, which is a Japanese investor called Uncovered Fund.
Okay.
And this Japanese investor invited us to Tokyo, in which we went and spent 3 days together.
Oh, amazing.
So that was 3 years ago, in the middle of the pivot of Chari. And I started sharing with Azat the Chari's situation, about this e-commerce activity that was not profitable and that I had to find a solution, and that I already had tens of thousands of clients that were trusting me and using me, but still I couldn't monetize them nor make money with them. And he told me, listen, Ismail, I need to introduce you to someone who has built in Egypt an amazing startup called Fawry.
Nice.
So he took his phone, called a guy called Ashraf Sabri, and told him, look, I've met with this Moroccan founder in Tokyo.
Yeah.
And he's trying to build something that looks like Fawry. Why don't you get in touch with him?
Nice.
Maybe 2-3 weeks later, I was in the office of Ashraf, who spent with me a full day. I was a small founder coming from Morocco. He was a listed company, and spent time with me to show me what he has built. Yeah. And we even discussed potential partnerships, in the sense that I was having a license in Morocco and he was thinking potentially of expanding.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and for many reasons, we didn't end up continuing the discussion. But thanks to Azat, I met with Ashraf, found out about Fawry.
Yeah.
And then, a few years later, I met a guy, or I saw on LinkedIn, a guy who was the co-founder of Fawry. So I reached out to him. His name is Muhammad Ukasha. He now runs Disruptech Ventures. Yeah. Out of the blue, I sent a message. He said, look, let's jump on a call. I jumped on the call with him. We had an amazing discussion. And then he invited me also to Cairo. You guys, Egyptians, are very welcoming, and I thank you for this.
Thank you.
And he said, why don't we find a way to do something together?
Yeah.
And I ended up welcoming Muhammad in my cap table. He's today also my board member.
Wow.
And I'm very happy to have him if he's listening to us
Nice.
with me because he's giving me the right advice to hopefully, and I'm crossing fingers,
Yeah.
build the Moroccan Fawry.
Very exciting. Very exciting. I'm glad I mentioned Muhammad Izzat.
See?
And hopefully I'm getting him into this podcast.
But you know, this is the proof that this podcast hasn't been prepared.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. No, 100%. This was completely random, guys. So like, and I promised him a very casual conversation. So like, that's. Is there anything you feel like we didn't touch on or we didn't talk about that you wanna speak about more?
No, well, so listen, when you are on a podcast, you obviously want to do some advertisement to what you do.
Of course.
So I'm making the most of the situation, and thank you for your invitation.
No, 100%.
If there is any successful fintech founder that is today listening to us,
Yeah.
and who is thinking to potentially expand from his home market to a potential other market,
Yeah.
please remember that Morocco is a very stable in terms of economy, in terms of politics,
That's fair.
country, that it's growing fast,
Nice.
and that Morocco is currently opening its rails to come and start any business. So
Yes.
I try as much as I can to help all fintech founders to come to Morocco. I can provide them with, a sub-license, with APIs, documentation for them to start very fast. So today in Jitex, we announced a partnership with the South African fintech called Zazu that moved from South Africa to North Africa.
Nice.
And today they are using our rails to build a neobank for SMEs.
Amazing. Congrats. That's
Thank you.
awesome. Well, speaking of that, I'm really glad you mentioned Morocco's side. What, if you would to give 2 cents on like or an orientation session about Morocco? So like what people doesn't know about the market that they should be aware of, and what they should be excited about. Like aside from like, of course, we got the point
Yeah.
of like it's a stable economy, it's
Yeah.
large one, very in that case like underestimated. Like
Yeah.
people don't know how large Morocco is and how
Yeah.
rich it is. Maybe tell us more about that.
But yeah, Morocco is a sizable market. We are speaking here of around $150 billion GDP, which is quite okay.
Yeah.
Probably half of what you in Egypt,
Egypt is
wait.
okay.
40 million people, out of which probably 30 are in an age to consume and to use financial services. When you look, Morocco is growing quite fast. We have great infrastructures. We are attracting some of the biggest companies to come and invest in Morocco. If there is one field in which I feel that we are behind, is financial inclusion, because we are still very heavy on cash. If you go into Google and type something like what is the most reliable country on cash on earth, you will probably find Morocco in the top 3 first countries. And this is a pity in the sense that we are soon organizing the World Cup, and that we need to start equipping the merchants with payment solutions.
That's fair.
I think the local administration and government has already realized it, and they are currently doing everything possible. And by the way, looking at what Egypt has done a few years ago, subsidizing the POSs, and Morocco is now following in the footsteps of Egypt, which is great.
Amazing. That's awesome. I think we're coming to conclude our podcast. Any final remarks, final words you would like to say?
Yes. So again, thank you for your invitation. I'm glad that we have here a podcast between 2 founders, and between an Egyptian and a Moroccan. I think all Moroccans and all Egyptians are brothers.
Yes.
And we need to do more stuff together.
Fair.
I felt in love with the Egyptian startup ecosystem, because I think you guys have built what I call a mafia, in the sense that you are all helping each other. You are all speaking very, very highly of each other. And this is, I believe, what is missing in Morocco. So I think Moroccan founders need to spend more time in Egypt and, get advised and get this mindset of working with each other and helping each other. If you want to build a startup nation and a real ecosystem, you need to make sure that the Moroccans work with each other and speak highly of each other. And I think that that's something that we could work on with the Egyptian mafia you guys have built.
100%. We're looking forward for the Moroccan mafia and more Moroccan Egyptian mafia as well. Really appreciate it, my
Let's
friend.
do a regional mafia.
Yeah. Exactly. The North African pride. Yeah.
Mafia.
We control football. We should control other things,
Exactly.
right? Yeah. No, fair. Well, thank you so much, Ismael. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you for the invitation.
And hopefully you will listen to the podcast and you will like it. And for more to come, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Thank you
for
so
the
much.
invitation.
Take care,
Bye.
buddy.
Take care.